Hello YouTube, welcome along, welcome back to another E3 chat with two guys, myself and Mr. Maxwell.
Hello.
So, last night was Ubisoft and Devolver Digital, and there's a reason why we're going to be talking about both of them. It's because, well, Devolver Digital are usually not long.
Yeah, they're usually like
even though
45
they
minutes.
are by far the best thing
Yeah.
about this sort of thing, these things.
Yeah, maybe not this year.
No, I think it was hilarious.
No, I mean, like, it's not the best thing this year.
Well, yeah, the Elden Ring, but
Yeah,
you know,
I was going to say.
like actual presentation, Devolver's got it down.
Yeah.
Devolver wins. Then end of story. And Ubisoft, well, yeah, let me put it this way: I am so glad Devolver Digital was following on from Ubisoft, because my God, I needed cheering up.
Oh, Ubisoft was so bad.
It was. I think there's a competition between EA and Ubisoft on who can make the worst presentation. Because, my God. Also, it was absolutely hilarious watching the streamers who were watching the Twitch streams so that it, like, copy DMCA music would not be played. And it's like, yep. Because Ubisoft had their Netflix series. Was it Netflix or Apple Plus series?
Apple Plus.
Apple Plus. I mean, does anyone watch Apple Plus? Anyway.
I've never met anybody that actually talks about Apple Plus TV. I've never met anybody who actually talks about it.
But it's about like the parody game company.
Mythic Quest.
Mythic Quest, yeah. Anyway, so Ubisoft started off strong-ish and gave us more details of Rainbow Six Extraction, which was Containment.
Containment, yeah.
And it's changed to now Extraction.
Yeah, it's gone from being a zombie game to aliens. You find aliens now.
What seems to be an alien.
It looks alright. It doesn't.
I mean, it's
awful.
using the rainbow. There's a lot of GTFO vibes.
Yeah.
With the game style, like, and the enemies look remarkably similar-ish. There's enough differences that I doubt there's any, like, copyright problems, but clearly, like, you can tell where some of these stuff they've got. I
actually didn't like any of the alien designs. I just thought they all just looked boring.
They looked
dull, grey. They all looked grey. That was it.
they all looked.
None of them generally looked
adequate.
None of them looked threatening in any way.
Yeah, because the only one, the big bruising type one, was like, okay, because this is a threat, because it's the only one that wasn't instantly like dropped with like 5 bullets.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, so this is a threat, and then it's like, oh no, there's a giant red weak spot around its back that you can just knife. Like, oh, could you not not show that, and then people discover that on their own? Like,
it looks alright. I'm willing to give it a go.
It does, and like the mechanics of Rainbow Six Siege are really, really good, and they've incorporated a lot of those like breaching walls and
I like PvE. I like PvE, so I'll give it a go. I'm not gonna no.
And I think like all the operators from Siege are going to be in, and there's going to be a mechanic in it where if you are downed and captured, you can't use that operator until
you go rescue them.
Until you go rescue them.
Yeah,
which is quite interesting.
It also begs the question: well, what happens if I lose all my operators?
I'm pretty sure Siege has like a vanilla non-person, like a default character. You'd just be left with them.
Oh, I see.
And obviously, with them just being a default and non-operator type character, you just have constant attempts to get you guys back.
Just to go back to the enemies, right? When I was looking at them, the only thing, and this is just me, the only thing I could think of was the putties from Power Rangers. That's all they built me
Actually,
in mind
now
of.
that you mention it, yes.
That's all I could think of when I was
There
seeing
was a few
them.
that there was a couple that you were literally
Especially
like,
the grunts.
yeah, the
They
grunts
just
were.
straight up look like some.
I mean, the putties were grunts,
putties.
so yeah.
And then you had the liquid ones. They didn't really look much better, to be fair.
Yeah.
And then the big guy just looked like a giant putty.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. One of the mechanics they showed off was the ground, and the first thing you encounter is like this puddle type thing. Basically, think of Zerg Creep in StarCraft 2. That's pretty much how it works. It's basically it slows you down but speeds them up. So it is basically it is literally creep as creep, which like I'm looking back at this thing, right, and apart from the whole if you go down and your team bails on you and leave, your character's captured. There's nothing else that I look at it and go, yeah, that's a brand new thing.
Well, technically, the whole being captured things, they just took that from Watch Dogs.
That's very true. And we keep complaining. And here's the thing: it brings back. I mean, granted, this is a new take on it. Yeah, like it's a little bit more original than I'm used to from Ubisoft games now, and it's probably because it's the team behind Rainbow Six Siege that it's got as much originality as it has.
Can we just this is the stream. The lip sync was awful.
Yeah, I don't know whether it was because we were watching a stream of a stream,
stream.
which possibly could be it. Because there's no fucking way we were gonna watch just the stream. Hell, fucking no. That is just. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I'm glad we watched the person we did because otherwise, oh boy, it was. It wasn't good.
No, it wasn't. Well, it wasn't a good presentation. After that, you got
Rocksmith Plus,
which just seems to be like a streaming service.
Streaming/subscription service.
I
Now,
thought
Rocksmith is actually a pretty cool thing where you can it actually teaches you to actually play the guitar. And I was wondering, basically, Rocksmith Plus is a subscription service, and it gives extra tools and that. And I expect they did this because Rocksmith's been out for about 4 or 5 years now.
It's a 10-year-old game now.
Really? That old?
Yeah, because
Jesus.
you got Rocksmith, and then there's the second one that came out with.
Yeah. So like technology has moved on a bit, so it can be like more accurate, and like now you don't need an adapter. You can just plug into either your console or your console or your phone or your PC, which is a cool step up. And so I think that's the reason why they've decided to do it this way. But they've also it's now a subscription service like Spotify and all that, but it also gives you extra tools in you can do not variations. What's the word? The way you can change parts of the song.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember what.
I know what you mean.
Words fail me. Anyway, and Rocksmith's always a cool game. I like the concept.
I didn't know Ubisoft was a part of it.
I didn't know either, unless they've decided to publish this one and they didn't publish the last ones. I don't know. I have to check back. Easy Google search.
That's very true.
After that came a really too long trailer
Riders Republic.
for Riders Republic.
Oh my god. This just seemed to go on for so long.
Forever. And this was the first part. This was the first one that Twitch changed the music to allow streamers to still this whole thing shows why DMCA is just abused to fucking hell.
It was bad.
It was bad.
I didn't even see. I mean, it showed off actual gameplay this time, I suppose.
Yeah, but again, there wasn't anything.
There wasn't anything to be really shy about. Like I said to you while we were watching it. If it's going to give me anything, if it just gives me it looks like a type of game that I would chill out to, just snowboarding down the mountain.
Yeah.
Like on SSX3.
I think I've heard people say like one of the things that may be going for it is the fact that it isn't just one thing. So like if you get not bored but tired of doing the same thing over and over again, you can like move on to something else.
You can switch to like
something else and then go back later on and all that sort of stuff. Which is in a sense, like that's the one problem with sports games, can become pretty repetitive. But the people who play sports games tend to not be bothered about that. So
part of the core.
Part of the core. I'm trying to think what else did they show off during it.
They showed a bit more of the downhill mountain biking.
Downhill mountain biking was a little bit. They showed
a bit more of the
one of the
glider
modes.
thing.
Yeah, the glider thing. One of the modes. I think that was the trick battle one.
Yeah.
Which they had which had already shown. It's like there wasn't really anything new.
They just kind of showed off more of the island.
Yeah, more of the area you'll be playing in, and if I'm honest, I would have liked them to show. They gave a release date, which is September 2nd, so it's not that far away, and I would have liked to them to actually show like how you get together with people, because I feel I will. Like just going in as a random solo person, I'll enjoy part of it maybe, but like if I could just ride down a mountain with my friends and we just take the piss out of each other and do stuff that you do like with friends and that, it would be much better. And I'm like, can you just like, it's because this whole thing is like doing things together in like big massive groups, and I'm like, well yeah, but how does that work? How does that come together? How do you start these procedures and that? That's the sort of thing I'd like to know, and that was none of it there. Yeah. Because let's all be honest, Ubisoft has a weird way of doing multiplayer sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
Weird way. It can't be simple. It can't be fucking simple. It has to be complicated, overly complicated with Ubisoft. From that, we got Rainbow Six Siege, where they once again went thanks to our community and all that spiel again for the second or third year running.
This is the fourth presentation that they've done it.
Yeah, and they did a short animation introducing Thunderbird, which is their new operator.
Yes.
It was a helicopter pilot, apparently. I mean, how that comes into what you do in Siege is beyond me, but anyway. There wasn't really anything else new that they were talking about with Rainbow Six Siege.
No, they didn't really much.
Nothing new. Then was Just Dance, because, it's Ubisoft.
If Ubisoft, there has to be a Just Dance.
There has to be Just Dance.
At least we didn't get the dance presentation that we had.
That is very true, and probably because it wasn't live.
It's just a quick bloody...
Although they did say there was this, and I don't know who it was.
Yeah, there's like a competition to be a dancer on the stage for the artist.
Yeah, but he's got a new song on it, and there's a specific basically there's a specific variation that's only on Just Dance, and it's only been done for Just Dance for it, which is a cool thing if you are into that sort of thing. We are not, so that went over our heads. But it wasn't for us.
I think it's pretty cool.
I think, like I say, if you like Just Dance, and there were plenty of people who do, otherwise they wouldn't be constantly yearly making these games. So yeah, it's pretty cool. For those people that like it, and that was pretty much it for Just Dance as well.
Yeah, Just Dance wasn't that long. I think Riders Republic took everybody else's time.
Yeah, pretty much. I think the Riders Republic they showed off the Riders Republic, and everyone went, okay, so we've got how much more time left? Guys, you're going to have to cut yourself things short. Following that was Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
The Druids expansion, basically.
Yeah. And basically
they announced, this was the best thing. This is still the best thing. I still can't even believe it. They announced that they are adding in one-handed swords.
This game is set in medieval
This game has been out for 7 months. It is a Viking game.
At the time,
And you can't have a single-handed sword.
it is set in medieval England at the time of the Danelaw. So, literally beginning of the medieval period, where you've got Saxons and Anglo-Saxons, and I really shouldn't be moving around in my chair because it squeaks a lot. Anglo-Saxons and all that sort of stuff, and Vikings and blah blah blah, and it's taken them 7 months to put in a one-handed sword. What do you say to that?
This is why nobody likes you, Ubisoft.
What do you
How?
How?
How is that even possible? How did nobody go, oh, we haven't actually got any swords in the game?
I mean, I'm assuming they must have two-handed broadswords. They must have.
I would assume so. But actually, to be fair, I haven't actually seen...
No, because
all of the trailers that I've seen is...
It's almost as if...
Axe.
It's almost as if, like, Ubisoft watched Vikings.
Yeah.
Saw the scene with the guy with the 2 axes, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yep, just give everyone 2 axes. Or 2 shields, and, like, how the fuck you fight with 2? Anyway. Then, during the Assassin's Creed bit, they show, Ubisoft do this history thing as well.
Yeah.
Like, they give the world that they've built, but then they add basically you can walk around and they add the historical context to all the the buildings and all that sort of stuff. So if it's a really famous place or something of significance, there'll actually be a link or a description of what it is, why it is, and why is it important. Which I've always really found really cool. So props when they keep doing that, because history is cool and awesome, and people need to learn it, because those who do not are doomed to repeat it, as we are finding out right now. And then they ended with there's thingy's not finished with Odin yet, and I'm like, you do know.
Look, they're just jumping on the God of War.
Yeah, I was about to say,
because everybody knows Odin's going to be in the next God of War game. We all know this, and they're just jumping on.
Okay, first things first. Okay, here's the problem. Odin is the friggin' leader of the Viking. The Norse pantheon. That's the word I was looking for. He's the which means he's the numero uno dude. There is no fucking way in fucking hell a mere mortal will be able to do jack diddly squat to him. Kratos, on the other hand, for God of War, Kratos was
a god.
Well,
technically, he's a demigod.
He's a demigod, but more importantly, Kratos has killed an entire pantheon. So, yes.
Bar one, we think.
Bar one, Aphrodite. Aphrodite, we know Aphrodite didn't die.
We're just not sure if... Well, actually, we don't know if she's dead or not. We know Kratos didn't kill her.
Yeah, Kratos didn't kill her, and I doubt anything I really want to know what the fuck has happened to Aphrodite in the God of War series. I really want to know now, because it's well, he killed everyone else. But he didn't kill Aphrodite, so...
Is she just there?
Is she just there in the path? Because I don't think she shows up in...
No.
In the PS4 God of War. No. And I'm pretty sure he does go back to the Greek pantheon at some point to get a certain weapon.
No.
Does he not actually go back?
No.
Oh, right.
No.
Maybe that's...
Are you on about the chains?
Yeah.
He had them in his hut.
Ah, right. So he's actually not gone back to...
Yeah, the only Greek gods that you see in this one, spoilers by the way, is Athena, you see Zeus, and you see, I think, Ares.
So basically the 3 main ones. The one he kills in the first one, the one that dies and apparently dies, but doesn't, because she's becomes something else, and a manipulative bitch. And Zeus, who he punches.
Yeah.
God of War 3's ending is, by God,
there's a lot of blood.
There is a lot of blood. Anyway, but like I say, I was never I find Vikings cool. But I was like interested in what they were going to do with Valhalla. And then they went, oh yeah, this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where you do
no assassins,
no assassinations. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, at least Origins had some form of assassinations, and Odyssey didn't. Let's all be honest, Odyssey didn't.
Honestly, it's like I've heard a lot of people say it's a fun game, but it's just not.
It's not Assassin's Creed.
It's just not Assassin's Creed. It's.
But like, if anyone wants to know what an assassin in a Viking setting would be, I would recommend you look at Vinland Saga. Read Vinland Saga, because Thorfinn at the start of that is basically an assassin.
Yeah. Who's the commander? The guy with the feather on his head. Right.
Just then shows up and kills the guy. After Assassin's Creed Valhalla, there was Far Cry 6, which again they're doing the whole thing of the focus is the main villain, which is fine.
It's that, to be fair though, that's kind of Far Cry's thing.
Yeah,
that
is Far Cry. No, I was about to say that. To be fair, that is Far Cry's thing, and it is something it does really, really well.
Also, to be fair, the actor who's playing the villain in this one, he always plays a good villain.
Oh, he plays a very good villain.
He's very good at being that, like, especially sympathetic villain. He's very good at being that.
Like,
so I'm expecting
getting people to understand
Yeah.
why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
even if you don't agree with what he's doing, and you think he's a mass murdering.
You can see, you can always see how he got to that. So I'm hoping that he's got a decent backstory.
And they did there was a cutscene. And oh my god, Twitch stream's timing on this was hilariously bad. So, to put in context, right, the Twitch stream for the games had a Pogo meter, and it would come up every now and then asking people to do the Pog, which is right now the
Raptor.
The Raptor.
It's
Pog.
like a Raptor.
It's a Raptor Pog. It's the it's the Komodo.
No, yeah,
Komodo dragon. It's basically a Komodo dragon doing the Pog face, and to be honest, that is grade A perfection.
I believe they should just keep it as that.
I think they are going to keep it as that.
I think it's the best one that I've seen so far.
Yeah, that is perfection Pog. So this cutscene comes up, and it's basically the main character who you're going to play with a group of people trying to get, I'm assuming, away from the country, trying to run away.
Yeah, it looks like they're like smuggling out.
They're being smuggled out.
Yeah.
But because this main character, and they gotta have a reason why they're back at the bloody place, they get caught. And it turns out this kid that she helped get on board during the cutscene is actually the son.
Yeah.
Who wanted to run away. And the scene is brilliant because it just shows like his father, the Presidente, just basically like, these people were going to live if it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
I was going to let them leave. I don't want them. I don't care. But you
stepped on this.
If you cared, if you wanted these people to live, you would have never fucking
done that. Line was nuts.
That line, not even just the line itself, but the way he presented it. Like, yeah, you are going to learn the consequences of your actions, boy. And so basically, the Pogometer comes up, and the bad guy and the son leaves, and it goes black, and
then you just hear like
gunfire. And there's like 20 people in this cargo hold, by the way. I want to make it obvious. Like, this is just mass murder, and the Pogometer. It's just like, oh dear God, timing. Why?
Twitch.
Why? I understand why they first put it up, like, because it's the main antagonist. Everyone's talking about him. Put it on. But the moment you get the hint of like, all these people are gonna die, take the fucking thing down. Don't leave it up. Why are you leaving it up?
I mean, the thing is, like, as soon as you saw the antagonist, they shouldn't have put it up anyway. Like, they're on a boat. The main antagonist, has come on with a group of people with guns. People are gonna die.
Yes.
I don't know. How do you not realize this is gonna happen?
Yes. I mean, hell, the whole thing when like he starts going on about catch and release, and I'm like, yeah, these people aren't living through this. This is. I mean, he already shoot like one old lady gets point blank shot in the face.
Yeah.
Before this, and yeah, anyway. But yeah, Far Cry 6 looks.
It looks alright. It looks like Far Cry. Like we said last time, it looks like Far Cry. I'm probably gonna get it because I like Far Cry.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm still in torn because it's like I don't really want to give Ubisoft money.
No, at the moment, no.
Not at the moment. So.
The problem is right. Here's the big problem with the current situation of certain game companies is like the only way we have to protest that they'll actually give a damn about is to boycott them and not give them our money. The problem being is that the people who will actually suffer from the consequences of us not giving them money, are the actual workers and developers and
who have had to put up with
the fucking crap. that is rife in that company, and it's just like, so it's like, well,
if I don't buy the game, I'm just punishing the developers more. But if I buy the game, I'm rewarding the pushers, the people who have been.
I'm rewarding the abusers. I'm rewarding the abusers if I give them money. But if I don't give them money, the abusers aren't going to have any consequences anyway. But
it's the people who are being abused that are going to suffer.
Who are probably going to lose their jobs. That's like. I mean, this situation is fucked up beyond a fucked up situation. It's really, really bad. We're gonna go back to this, but I need to go through. What else?
After that, there was that little Far Cry DLC. That's the game where you can be the villain.
Yeah,
where you could be Vaz. Ming,
and
Joseph.
Yeah. And I literally go, why would I want to?
Yeah, I don't want to be them because I like the whole idea of like the what's going on in their head of like that little bit of mystery.
Yeah, I don't want to know what motivates them because that potentially could ruin the character. It's the whole reason why I look at the Disney villain stuff and go, no, I don't want to know Ursula's tragic backstory. I don't want to know Cruella's tragic fucking backstory. She's Cruella fucking DeVille. She wants to make puppies into a coat. That's all I need to fucking know.
I honestly don't understand that about Disney right now. Oh, let's make Cruella DeVille an anti-hero.
An understandable... an understandable anti-hero. An understandable villain.
No. They want to make her an anti-hero. Not a villain.
She's a villain.
An anti-hero.
She wants to kill
villains,
puppies and make their coats make their fur into goats.
Out of all the villains that you could possibly turn into an anti-hero,
Cruella's the worst.
You pick Cruella, the one that wants to turn puppies into a coat. That's the one you go with. And also the one that you obviously teased that could be gay, to which no one gives a crap. Because at the end of the day, when you look at Cruella DeVille, I know this is kind of going off side tangent, but when you look at Cruella DeVille, you just instantly think, no, that's the last that wanted to turn puppies into a coat.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about.
I don't really care about anything else.
I'm literally just like, and yeah, I know you're saying we're going off on a tangent, but it's the whole thing of like, no, don't give us, don't. There are certain villains that we don't need.
We don't need to
backstories
know. We don't need to know.
We don't need to know why they're evil. The fact that mystique helps their whole thing. And Disney villains are a prime example. Like, I don't need to fucking want to know. I don't want to know Maleficent's fucking origins and thing. Maleficent is a pissed off sorceress who was. Took umbrage from not being invited to a christening and decided to curse the entire kingdom. That's it. Yes, she's a manipulative, power-hungry sorceress, and that's the reason
turn into a giant dragon.
Who can turn into a giant dragon, and that's the reason why they didn't invite her. But still, like her sole primary motivation for doing what she did at the beginning of Cinderella was because Sleeping Beauty. Sorry, Sleeping Beauty was. She wasn't invited. And she took umbrage from that. Like,
it's like
fucking the Ugly Sisters and the Stepmother.
Well, to be fair, they didn't do anything with them.
I know, but still, like, I don't want to know why they are an absolute terrible.
We know why they are. They think they're higher than they are, and so they want.
Yes, I know, but like we don't know what caused them to be like that. Like that's what I mean. Like I don't want their backstories. I don't care about them. They're there for me to not like them.
But this just seems a bit sort of like I don't need this. We don't. Plus we know their motivations. This is the other thing. We already know their motivations. Vass is insane.
Yeah,
that's his
he just
motivation.
wants complete and utter chaos.
He's insane. Ming is a dictator.
Yeah.
He wants to
Ming is
control...
basically grown up and has spent years of basically no one telling him no.
Yeah.
He's
crushing any rebellion down the truth. The good thing about Far Cry 4, which a lot of people always go, Far Cry 3 is better than 4. The story for 4 is much better than 3. Because, like, once you get about halfway through 4, you start realizing that the rebels are not better than Ming.
Yeah,
they're just as bad.
Yeah.
Like, the rebels even split off into two groups. One's willing to use child soldiers, and the other one's willing to use like chemical gas. And you're just sort of like that. Oh
okay,
God!
So
no.
I've got two.
So
which one of these is the lesser of two evils?
I mean, you could even look at it like, hold on, is Ming the good guy?
Yeah.
And then Joseph is a cult leader who believes the end of the world is coming,
and if you go with the canon playthrough. It is coming.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that's the canon playthrough. I think it's because it's just a spin-off.
Yeah.
It's New Dawn. So, but if you go with that, yeah, it does come. The end of the world does come. A nuclear fucking fallout comes and
if you capture him,
and then,
it actually comes true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to know how they think and why they think the way they do. Because one, they usually have given us a monologue as to why they're doing the things they do. Like we've already been told this sort of stuff.
We go through the game getting captured and then released for no reason,
solely so that they can monologue to us.
Yeah.
I don't understand the reasoning for it. And also, then they added Blood Dragon. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
You can get Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon on probably like next gen.
Yeah.
Now, so
which is fine. Blood Dragon is still regarded as one of the best.
Yeah, but does it need re-releasing?
Two generations.
To me, it just felt like they're just milking it now.
They are. Oh, don't get me wrong. I totally understand why they're doing it because they want more money.
Yeah.
And they're milking Blood Dragon for as much as they want because they probably think, well,
I'd rather
I'd
rather them do like Far Cry 7 and not be in the Blood Dragon universe than them do just re-release Blood Dragon.
That would be nice, but no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Blood Dragon. Yeah, but at least Blood Dragon's 2 generations old now.
I suppose.
So it's not like Skyrim, which got released on the PS3, then the PS4, then the Xbox 360, and the Xbox One, and the Switch, and this, and that, and a toaster, and the fridge, and everything else, and your portable Tamagotchi.
Yeah, your granddad's hip replacement, it's in there as well.
Like, it's not like that where it was released on it's getting released on absolutely anything under the sun. You know. So it's not like that, but yeah, I totally get that, and I agree that they're probably doing it to milk it for as much as they were, because they probably were understanding that consumer, not confidence, but their reputation is kind of massively in the gutter.
Yeah, they're probably. It feels like a move of, hey, look, remember when you liked us?
I mean, this whole thing's shouted of, hey, remember the video games we make? Remember those? You like those, don't you? Remember the video games? Video games.
No, nobody likes your
games. Following that was probably the only other thing apart from... Actually, no, the only thing that was really interesting. Mario Rabbids.
Yeah, it's getting a sequel.
Sparks of Hope.
It's getting a sequel. I really like the
Do you want Nintendo Mario XCOM? Well, guess what? Do you like it? Yes. Do you want more? Yes. You're getting more.
Yeah. I'm really happy. I'm really, really happy. Looks like I'm getting.
We're gonna get more Rabid versions of Mario characters.
Like we saw Rosalina,
Rabid Rosalina, and
the stars.
The stars are gonna have basically the stars.
Possibly the most horrific thing I've ever seen in my life.
It is Nightmare Fuel, a rabid formed star. That's just Nightmare Fuel, and it does look like they've not changed the mechanics per se, but like
movement seems different.
Yeah, movement, instead of being a grid base, it's more of distance.
Yeah.
Because there was circles instead of like an actual grid, so it'll be interesting how that works.
They've clearly got special abilities now.
Yeah, there's more. They've added more special abilities. There seems to be more ways to team up on things.
It actually looks like you can actually get stars that actually do.
Yeah, stars seem to be like summoning power ups and powerful attacks. Like Mario summons fire from the freaking sky.
The villain looks like Tony the Tiger.
He's a sub boss. He's not the main. He's a mid boss.
Oh yeah, the main boss is going to be that big purple thing.
Yeah.
But whatever it is that we're going to be interacting with throughout the game, it looks like Tony the Tiger.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that was it. Oh, and instead of just going around the Mushroom Kingdom, you're actually going.
Yeah, we're doing space. Like Mario Galaxy sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a Mario Galaxy type deal, which I'm not going to complain because they showed a level that's clearly based off of Mario Sunshine.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. And it gives them the ability to make a bit more diversity, and it does seem that the levels are going to be not predetermined as it was in the first game. It looks like more random generation, possibly. I could be wrong, since it was only the first reveal trailer. And look, the last really good thing that Ubisoft did was Mario Rabbids. The team in Milan that did it are working on the sequel, and I have no reason not to believe that this is going to.
Plus, it's got Nintendo's name on it. They're not going to let.
And Nintendo aren't going to let crap come out of it. So.
Yeah, there's one thing that we can say about Nintendo is that when their title. When their name is on that game,
and especially when it's Mario,
and when it's their flagship, they're not gonna. They don't let it just be absolute garbage. Sega.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Sega.
So after that, we had Yves Guillemot doing his usual spiel of
absolute trash. He just talked absolute corporate nonsense. The same old stuff. That every bloody corporate
he stated that they'd had a tough year. A tough year. Is that what you call it, Eve? The very fact that you're still in a job, it's not tough enough.
Well, the thing is, we all know what when he said tough year, we know exactly what he
was talking we all know what he
wasn't talking about the whole allegations of everything that's been going on and the abuse.
Yeah, because Ubisoft
No.
Ubisoft are in hide under the fucking trenches and only poke your head up when you think that the things died down.
He was talking about the current situation.
Yes.
As YouTube likes to call it.
Present situation involving a certain thing beginning with C and it ends in a 19. But like Ubisoft, like I say, Yves Guillemot has to resign, and I'm going to bring it up every time he opens his fucking mouth. He has to resign. Either he's incompetent or complicit. There's no middle ground.
No. He's not incompetent. He's an idiot. The incompetent, I could be like, well,
No.
Yeah,
but the leader of it is the CEO, the head honcho, the person in charge of the entire thing.
Yeah.
If you are incompetent, you should not be there.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I mean.
But what I'm saying is that like he's not incompetent. He's an idiot. Because like, even if you're incompetent, right, you should be able to know the difference between what's abuse and what isn't, right?
Yeah.
If you're an idiot, probably not. This is why I'm like, no, he's not incompetent. He's an idiot.
Well, here's the thing. And we're going back to this, and we're going to keep going back to this until either A, people are actually punished for what happened, or B, he steps down. actually, or C, both. And most likely, I want option C.
Well, most likely at the moment with the whole court situation,
yeah, potentially we may get option A.
We may get option C.
Oh yeah,
there is a lot of lawsuits going up against Ubisoft.
A lot of lawsuits.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of things.
If they lose,
a lot of things will be unveiled.
This is the reason why they're going into the free-to-play market, because they think if they can get one hit, that's a lot of money they can make off.
Yeah, the problem is the free-to-play market is a fucking den of wolves. You're not surviving long in that unless you.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If they can get one hit,
how many games are they going to be churning out to do that though?
Well, most likely they're going to take They're going to take the Activision approach. So that's going to be one game per franchise at least.
Yeah, but the thing is like the thing is Activision are doing that on top of.
Oh yeah, I know that. But
Ubisoft are saying no, I'm just going to go into the free-to-play market. And I'm like, you don't understand the risk you're taking here. Clearly, like. No, you don't understand. For every Apex and for every Genshin and for every Fate Grand Order,
there's like a million other games just
that are just literally dead on arrival. Like, and you should already know from you bringing out that tactics game. Gotcha.
Is it out?
I'm assuming so. They didn't show any of it. That was out. That was conspicuous by its absence.
Aye.
So. Oh
yeah, they announced the just because Splinter Cell came into my head there because of the mobile. They did do that announcement of the Splinter Cell anime.
Yeah, the Splinter Cell animation, like.
Although I've got a feeling they said anime, and I've got a feeling it's not anime.
It's going to be animation. It's going to be cartoon.
Yeah.
Unless you've got a Japanese studio working on it, I don't think you would class it as an anime. Although then again, Avatar: The Last Airbender is that massive discussion. Although the thing is, right? I go, well, it's a Western cartoon. However, I understand where people come from because there is so many
similarities. Also, the art
style and the storytelling and the themes that it shows and does. It's clearly these people are heavily, if not heavily influenced. They have it's like an homage in a sense to Japanese anime, and. Yeah, I can understand why people go with the argument of is Avatar: The Last Airbender an anime or not. This I don't think is going to be anywhere near that. No. Unless it's a Japanese studio, unless it's a Japanese or Far East studio like Korea or somewhere else like that are actually doing it, and I don't think so. I'd have to look it up.
I don't know.
But like. So then they ended with, now, let me set the scene. Yuko does his usual spiel, blah, 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 and then goes, let me leave you with something that we've been working on for a while. Me, personally, I want to take my fist and throw it through the screen and punch him in the face because because literally that company needs to be burnt in a fire for what they've allowed to happen to its staff. But that's just me. Anyway, so there are two games that people were expecting or hoping for. One is the meme that they will have finally do a new Splinter Cell, and the other one is that apparently Ubisoft are working on a Star Wars game.
Oh, the third one, anything to do with Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2. That has literally gone.
That's just died.
That has gone so silent. I'm wondering if it's in a I wonder if it's in a sub, and there's an anti-sub patrol above it. That's how silent Beyond Good and Evil's gone. It's literally gone DEFCON 1 silent. Like Jesus fucking Christ. Like there's been nothing for that. So there's also not 2, 3 games that everyone thinks of like,
are they going to show anything?
Are they going to show anything for one of these, right?
I mean, personally, one of those three were the only reason why I wanted to watch the Ubisoft thing. Was just like, well, are they going to show off anything of the Star Wars game that they've said they're making? Are they going to show off any more of...
As a Star Wars fan, I was interested. Like, okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to clearly...
Especially considering it's the guys who did The Division.
Yeah.
Who are doing the
like,
Star Wars game.
What is this going to be? What is the setting? When is this set? Is this set before everything turns to shit in the new trilogy? Or is it, you know, between the original trilogy or the prequels? Is it during any one of those 6? Where and when is this set? Anything? But no, we got none of that. Did we get anything for Splinter Cell? No. Was there anything for Beyond Good and Evil 2?
No.
No. We got our Avatar. Yes, I said that right. We've got a game for Avatar. And now I know next year is supposed to be the second Avatar of the trilogy coming out. The James Cameron massive 3D success. Blah, blah, blah.
Pocahontas in space.
Yes. And that's why this game's going to come out when it does, because they want to cash it. It's a movie. It'll be a movie fucking tie-in, and it'll be shit.
I don't think it's going to be a movie tie-in, if I'm honest. The
it's
way they advertise
No. It's going to be released for the movie. Therefore, it's a movie. For me, it's a movie tie-in.
Oh, okay.
Is it going to be as terrible as most movie tie-in games? Probably not. But it's still going to be bad. I can honestly, instantly probably tell you this right now.
Well, the Twitch chat seemed to like it. That Pog meter went straight up once they realised it was Avatar.
That's Twitch chat. Also, they were pogging during the humans and their mechs blowing up indigenous populations.
That's very true.
So, you know, let's all temper that down, shall we?
I don't know. I think I'd rather prefer if I was going to have an Avatar game. I think I'd prefer it to be in the vein of like like Horizon, where I'm like exploring the world.
Yes, and that's not going to be.
No, that's not what
we're not going to get that. We're going to get something like the humans versus the indigenous population, and the blah 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 blah. Usual bullshit with very little thought put into it, most likely. Because
we're going to get Pocahontas 2.0.
It's Ubisoft. I'm not on about the second film. This is just about the game. This is just about the game, okay? Because I don't really know what the next film's going to be. So anyway, and that was it. Like it was a thing. That was a thing. Yeah. Again, it didn't really show much. Like if you've watched Avatar the movie, you literally got just as much information what the game's gonna be like, because that's pretty much all they showed.
Yeah, it didn't really.
Humans are assholes blowing up.
I was a little bit surprised that it was Avatar. I'm not gonna lie.
Out of everything that they could have shown, everything that they are apparently working on, and of everything that people want, they decided to show something that no one really knew was coming, and no one really cares about.
Yeah, nobody asked for.
No one asked for.
This is the weird thing.
Like, there has been an Avatar game, and it was shit.
Aye.
And yeah, that was it. It was really disappointing.
Yeah, it was.
Really disappointing.
Really, really was. Almost as bad as the Gearbox one.
Yeah, which actually didn't show us anything new. Which is why we're not talking about it, because it's...
it did show us one thing new.
Which is?
We're getting a Borderlands movie.
Oh, yes, but that was already revealed. That had already been leaked.
But yeah, it didn't actually show us. I think it's Homeland. They're making a Homeland 3. It's like a space real-time strategy game. I don't know.
Ah, yes, Homeland 3.
They didn't actually show any gameplay of it or anything like that.
Well, the thing is, Homeland 1 and 2 are highly regarded in regards to real-time strategy, like space real-time strategy. They are vastly really.
I'm not into real-time strategy. So I just saw Homeland and I was like, I have no idea what this is.
As a person that is terrible but has a slight interest in real-time strategy, I'm like, interested, but okay. But yeah, the Ubisoft was depressingly just lack of substance, and it was literally just, you like games, don't you?
Yeah.
like games?
You like games? Do you like these games?
You like these games?
Or would you like to watch our...
Don't look at what's happening behind us. Don't look. Don't.
Would you like to see our 10-minute presentation of a man going down a hill on a bike?
Yes. So, yeah, once again, Ubisoft is pretty disappointing and depressingly
Well, at least they're keeping on form.
Yeah.
With their E3 presentations.
Yeah,
They've just been getting worse and worse.
Except this time there wasn't the weirdness to make up for it.
Yeah.
So
they didn't show the indie game this year. Because usually every year, every E3, they show off like whatever new indie partner they've been working with, and they haven't shown it this year.
I don't think they had bigger concerns than that. So, thank God for Devolver Digital, because my God, I needed something to cheer me up after that depressing part.
God, that was funny. It was so funny.
Like I recommend everyone, if you haven't watched the Devolver Digital presentation, please
go watch it.
Watch it. It is glorious.
It's funny and it's
glorious in the way that it just sticks two frigging fingers up at the entire AAA game industry and the way that it works. It's great. It makes me feel happy. And it's hilarious, and it's great, and it's just like, part of me again goes, I want to know what the fuck those guys are having, because
I would like, whatever you are on, I would like some.
Can I have some, please? Because it sounds wonderful. So, we'll go through the games, because I'm not going to talk about the presentation, because I think people need to watch it for themselves. Just know
it's worth it.
It's worth it. It's great. It's great to watch the presentation on its own, regardless of the games. And some of the games look actually pretty cool.
Quick note: they did do like a little pre-show where they showed off Shadow Warrior 3.
Yes.
Showed off more of that, looking pretty good. You're not gonna lie.
Yep. It looks like more.
As long as it doesn't get as cluttered as Shadow Warrior 2 did. That got cluttered a lot.
2 got very cluttered, and I was concerned with some of the footage. I was like, those guns are really big in your face, and you're carrying them. How the fuck do you see anything else? But like, I've got time. I've a feeling they'll probably take in what was said about Shadow Warrior 2 and implemented it.
Very colourful as well compared to 2. 2 was quite dark and sort of like tried to be a bit more neon.
Yeah.
With its colour scheme, while this one just seems to be out and bright and
there's a lot of red.
There's a lot of blood.
A lot of blood. I don't think they're going for Doom.
I think they're going to take Doom and go,
You know what
this needs more blood.
Yeah, this needs more blood. This will definitely struggle to make it to acceptable to buy in Australia. I do feel sorry for Australians sometimes, because some of the games that gets banned in the country is just like, what the what? Excuse me? Really? Anyway, following Shadow Warrior 3 in the first part of the presentation, we had Trek to Yomi, which seemed to be a side-scrolling samurai game, but in an art style very reminiscent to old school samurai movies.
Yes.
So like,
also kind of looked like every fight was like a one-hit kill sort of deal.
It did, which is quite interesting. Very Bushido blade.
Mm.
But yeah, that looked really interesting, and let's all be honest, samurais are cool.
It's coming to the PlayStation.
Coming to PlayStation and Steam.
I don't think it's coming to Xbox.
Following that was Phantom Abyss. Now, Phantom Abyss is really, really interesting. It is a parkour game for all intents and purposes, but the whole basis is that the level is generated and everyone plays that level until someone beats it.
Yeah.
And while you're playing it, you can see everyone who has failed and where they fail. And once someone beats the level, it changes to something else, which is a very, very cool and interesting mechanic, because it means that
it's constant replayability in there.
Yeah, like as long as the variations are, they have enough variations so that each run feels unique and doesn't feel repetitive. I can see that game doing quite well, and I've got a feeling potentially streaming.
I think it's going to be a very good streaming game.
I think it's going to be a very good streaming thing, because you're going to have the chat like watching them and going, oh, is this guy going to beat the run?
Yeah.
Is this guy going to be the one that wins it? That's going to be really interesting. And parkour games are actually pretty fun to do. So,
Dying Light is prime example of that.
Dying Light is amazing. The first Mirror's Edge is still by far one of the most fun games I've ever played, and still love to this day, despite what Catalyst tried to do. And yeah, so I'm really interested in this game. It's one of those where I'm literally looking at, okay, so I'm maybe getting it. I'll be terrible at it, but maybe. Following that, we had the next part of the presentation where they went on about monetization, I think, and subscription,
loot box coin.
Oh, some of the things they were dropping, it was hilarious.
They had a sketch about the suit.
Yeah, and the survivors.
And the
not
survivors.
subscribers, survivors.
Yeah.
Premium Pass plus survivors. It was great. And then they went into the next two games, which was, let's all be honest, I didn't think this was going to be a thing, but it is, and it sounds glorious. Wizard with a Gun.
Yeah, it looks like it does generally look like it's been made by the guys that did Don't Starve.
Yeah, the art style is very reminiscent, but a bit more colourful.
Yeah.
And it's an isometric. It looks like an isometric dungeon action game.
Possibly, but it also looks like a survival game.
Yeah, potentially.
It's co-op as well.
Yeah.
You can definitely co-op because
I just love the meme of a wizard going, "I cast gun."
They just took that concept and turned it into a game.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain with that.
Mm-hmm.
I find that idea really worth looking at. It looks very fast action pace as well, and I'll be very interested in that one.
Yeah, I'll keep you an eye on that one.
That is looking like, this is the thing, like Ubisoft's presentation, there was literally one game that I can literally say I will definitely be keeping an eye on.
Two for me.
Maybe two. Devolver Digital's entire presentation, every game in there was literally like, go on.
I'm listening.
You have my attention. So you had Wizard with a Gun. Following that was Death's Door, which
looks really cool.
Good. It looks like it's an isometric action, Hades-esque, gameplay wise.
Yeah.
Very fast paced dungeon action game.
Coming to the Xbox.
It's coming to the Xbox and Steam.
Yeah.
And it's by the people who did Titan Souls.
Titan Souls, that's the one.
Titan Souls, which was like an isometric, pixelated, Dark Souls-esque game, which was really well received and well done. And this looks really cool. This game, it looks really, really cool. I want to say the character you play looks like a penguin. I think I'm wrong.
I keep thinking he's a postman.
Yeah.
For some strange reason.
But yeah, Death's Door looks really, really fun. The art style, again, is very, like, catching, and it's not as colourful as, like, Wizard with a Gun, but it's very striking and very...
Yeah.
You know, if you saw a frame of this after the game's released, you'd probably instantly recognise it as, yeah, that's Death's Door.
Yeah.
Like, the art style is very identifiable, and it looks really cool. Following that was, I think it's called Inscription.
Yeah, that's the I'm going to say puzzle horror game. It's like a card.
Oh God,
thing.
yes, the one when I first saw it, I thought this has
Hands of Fate vibes.
Hands of Fate vibes.
And then all of a sudden, he got up from the table and started doing random things with a clock,
a key,
and
a
then a
chest,
face appeared, and then hands came out of the wall, and
let's all be honest, Nightmare Fuel was made.
I can't exactly. I don't know what type of game this is. It
seems to be like a deck builder game, but with / escape room
like
/ horror elements,
puzzle elements in there.
Yeah,
I think. I don't know. It's so confusing.
It looks terrifying.
It had a decent art style.
It was. Oh yeah, the art style was great. It just looked terrifying.
It just, to me, everything just looked like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. And then And then they ended with what I can only describe as 2 joke games.
Yes.
Devolver Digital Tumble Time,
which is
a mobile free-to-play game, gacha-like thing, maybe, possibly, as just a hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hey, hey. Yeah. Isn't this hilarious? And then Demon Throttle.
Yeah, which is going to be a limited time game, which you can only get physically from, is it Special Reserve Games? They're called?
Something like that.
You can only get them from them.
And it's only on the Switch.
Yeah.
And it looks like an 8-bit Commando-like game.
Yeah.
It looks like that, but with the humour of dog.
That demon kissed my wife.
I think.
That demon kissed my wife. That was the first thing that was said in the trailer.
Yeah, possibly.
To which now you know.
That's where that game is going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Devolver Digital once again just knocked their presentation out of the park because they literally went, "Look, we're a fucking games company. Why is this so fucking serious?" We make games for people to enjoy. Why do you not understand this? We're supposed to make games for people. I honestly think, like, first things first, when rumors came out that Devolver Digital may be going public, a lot of people went, "Oh, please no, please don't." And I'm the same. It's like, but you guys just literally shout at the AAA game.
You make fun of those people who are public.
Yeah, you make fun of them. And also, you literally go, we're supposed to make games for people to enjoy. What is wrong with you? Why are you like this? What is wrong? And they just basically point and laugh at them. Like, look how stupid you are. Because here's the thing. Like, regarding the game industry in this current situation, I'm like, if there's a crash, I'm worried for EA. I'm worried for Activision. I'm worried for Ubisoft.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm especially worried for Ubisoft now. No, I never found out how bad they could be affected by it. Like, because Activision just has one game, and then Blizzard. Ubisoft are for some reason wanting to go into the free-to-play market.
Ubisoft, I think.
I mean, I'm wondering if they're literally taking drugs to try and forget about what's happened.
I'm starting to think that Ubisoft have forgotten that they're supposed to make good games.
Yes, that is probably true. You have 2K that are literally releasing the same fucking thing over and over and over again and calling it a new game.
Yes.
And, you know, EA has all their eggs in the Ultimate Team, which, you know, like we've said, regulation is coming. Look, it's not our fault governments work at a glacial pace. It's not our fault. It's a fact of life. Governments take forever to fucking actually do things. But once you have their attention, that's it. And the biggest point is that if they decide to class it as gambling, they can tax the fuck out of you. And then there's Devolver Digital, who are just, you know, publishing games.
Yeah.
Like, I don't look at Devolver Digital, I'm worried about that company. It's like, no. It's like, yeah, they don't make massive fucking AAA ultra realistic games, but like they publish games that are interesting and people want to play, and people look at it and go, "Oh, that's cool," and that's interesting.
Also, they're a company that doesn't seem to like mind that their game doesn't sell 82 million copies.
Yeah, that it doesn't make all the money. Yeah. It just has to, you know, make a profit. It
makes a profit.
It has to be an interesting game, and it has to be self-sufficient in a sense.
Yeah,
like it has to make enough money to pay for itself.
If it makes a profit, then
great.
That's all they want. Like, they're not asking for. I don't know. When Capcom a couple of years ago were stated of saying that Resident Evil 7 was a failure because it didn't make. I think they had a target of like 36 million.
Sega, when they said Alien Isolation did not make
them
money,
as well,
and it was like, but it made a profit.
Yeah,
it made a profit, and it's a horror game. What the fuck? Do you not understand the market you work in? And then Activision, Jesus fucking Christ.
What was it?
Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Didn't make $1 billion, so therefore it was seen as a
It made $900 million in its first week and was classed as a fucking failure because it didn't make $1 billion. Despite the fact that none of their games prior to that had made $1 billion in the first week. Despite the fact that it was the biggest selling card game to date, it was still classed as a failure because it didn't grow the same amount as we wanted it to. Well, no, because you're hitting the point where you get what's the term? Diminishing returns. You've hit that point, Activision. You have hit that because there are only so many people in the world with money to buy your fucking game. Okay, rant over. More importantly, Devolver Digital, once again, knocked it out of the park, was amazingly hilarious, and was definitely the thing I needed after watching Ubisoft. Because, my God, that was terrible.
Yeah, just be glad you didn't do what I did and then watch the Gearbox.
Oh, you watched the Gearbox?
I watched the Gearbox. It was only half an hour long. They showed the Wonderland trailer again.
Okay. Yeah, I caught that bit.
Showed off some of the...
They did a teaser for Homeworld 3.
They did a couple of teasers for Homeworld 3. They talked to the cast. Well, some of the cast. Like Kevin Hart's playing Roland? Yeah, Roland. Kevin Hart's playing Roland, which... I like Kevin Hart. I do. But Kevin Hart is very small. He's a very small man.
Yes.
Right? And Roland has always struck me to be quite tall. So I'm like... But he's... Like, I've got a feeling in the movie, Roland's going to be smaller than Tiny Tina. Because by the looks of things, the Tiny Tina that's in the movie is the teenage from Borderlands 3, not the little girl from Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, Godfall got a bit of thing. Well, basically, the expansion's coming soon.
Oh, right. So, for the one person that's still playing that game.
I'm still playing Godfall.
You are that one person.
I'm the one person.
You are the one guy.
I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of it, but I like it. It's alright. It's not... It's not the...
It's
not that, oh
massive...
yes, this is an amazing game. That sort of thing. I wouldn't say it's that good, but it's decent enough.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was the Devolver Digital and Ubisoft. And I want to thank whoever did the scheduling because the fact that they put Devolver Digital after Ubisoft is a godsend.
It's like they knew.
It's almost like they knew Ubisoft was going to be a giant pile of dung that everyone would just be like, really? Is that it? Oh, God.
But it's Xbox today.
Yes.
Xbox and Square Enix today.
Xbox and Square Enix. So Xbox is going to just absolutely throw all the games at you.
Xbox are going to do what Xbox always do, which is just get every game that they have in their catalogue and throw it in your face.
To the point where we forget how many games.
Do you want Halo in the Eye? There you go. There's Halo in the Eye.
We may get some more Halo. Then we may get like
hopefully
a new build.
Hopefully we get like a better look.
Basically like the new build of Halo, because they clearly have gone back to square one with that game, and they needed to.
Yeah, they needed to.
Maybe not in the level design, because obviously they want to go on open world, and from it's an ambitious thing to do an actual go across the entire friggin' Halo.
Yeah.
If that's what they actually want to do, that's for those who haven't played Halo or know about the universe, one of those rings. They're fucking massive. They are ginormous. Mm. So it's why I think they're not, but they're going to be a large portion of it. But anyway, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they come out with.
We're also probably going to get a lot of the first party stuff now.
Yeah, a lot of the first party stuff probably, as well as whatever Bethesda's working on.
Which we'll probably actually get something for Starfield.
I doubt it.
What I mean is we'll get not gameplay, but we'll get a trailer.
Maybe.
You know how Fallout got a trailer of just that dude walking in the desert.
Yeah.
Just something like that. I don't think we're going to get gameplay, but we're going to get like more than just a title. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe. I think when I first heard of that, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm interested. And then Fallout 76 came out.
I wasn't interested. I was just interested in the Elder Scrolls.
And you're not even interested in that now.
I'm not even interested in the Elder Scrolls. I don't know. I think Skyrim has literally just killed my interest in the Elder Scrolls now, because Skyrim was just everywhere, and I was just sort of like, you know what?
I don't care anymore.
I just don't care. Like, if you love Skyrim, all the power to you.
The thing is, though, I like Skyrim. I just wish the game didn't crash and break on me.
For me, I just I got kind of bored of seeing the same thing. Yeah. Over and over again.
And obviously for Square Enix, Final Fantasy XIV is probably going to dominate.
See, here's the thing with Square Enix. I think Final Fantasy XIV is going to be something that maybe be the big thing that they're going to push. But then again, it's an MMO, and Final Fantasy XIV has its own.
Yeah, it has. I'm saying like there will be a big thing for Final Fantasy XIV. It won't be the only thing.
They're gonna have Final Fantasy VII Remake integrate because that's just come out. So they're gonna
there'll be something on that. I mean, to be honest, I'd like to have a PlayStation 5 to be able to play that. But...
I need to get it actually. I might get it on payday. There's a possibility that there's going to be some Dragon Quest stuff,
and the tactics game that they revealed.
Yes, hopefully we because at the moment it's just called Triangle Tactics.
Yes,
which is obviously just a
placeholder,
a project name.
It is obviously a placeholder.
We might get some more of that, but other than that, I can't really think of anything that Square Enix do. Oh, maybe some Avengers. And some Outriders stuff.
Yeah, Avengers and Outriders stuff.
But I mean, other than that...
I'm trying to think what else is there that Square Enix do. They do a lot more than you realise.
Yeah, they do.
They'll probably do something with that Battle Royale that they've just released.
Oh, the Final Fantasy
Soldier thing.
Yeah. It's actually not a bad idea what it is.
Yeah, it's just the fact that it's a mobile game and I'm like, really? Why?
Oh, that game's going to get put on PC. It's going to get put on. Why? Either that or it's going to get put on the Switch.
On consoles.
Yeah, it will do eventually. It's like the...
not that I'll play it.
The mobile version of Final Fantasy 7 that they've come out with. They're coming out with.
Oh god, yeah.
It's like the entire story.
Including set in
Dirge of Cerberus and
Advent Children. Crisis Core, like the whole fucking thing. I'm like,
if that doesn't come to Switch, I will be shocked.
Yeah,
at least Switch, because like you're missing out on a market there. Because I think everybody with a Nintendo Switch will buy. That.
But anyway, I think that's us done for today.
Obviously, tomorrow we were talking about.
There is your chat we'll be doing on your channel.
I might miss the chat this week.
I've
got my exams on Tuesday.
Ah, yes. So
I've got me final exam on Tuesday. So tomorrow, other than the chat with you, I may just be cramming.
Yeah.
Just to get sorted.
So yeah, there's that. Anyway, if anyone's watched this and seen the Devolver Digital and Ubisoft, is there any of the games that you're looking forward to? Was Ubisoft more exciting for you than it was for us? Possible. You know, the people that are looking forward to Far Cry 6.
I can see people getting excited for Extraction.
Yeah, and Rainbow Six.
Mario
Rabbids and Far Cry 6.
But there's nothing else there that, like... The thing is, like, with especially Assassin's Creed Druids, we already knew that was coming.
Yeah.
That's not new.
Like, there's very little new. And then, obviously, Devolver Digital. What did you think about the presentation? And what games did they show that you're looking forward to? If not all of them.
I think Wizard with a Gun is the one.
Yes, I cast gun.
Wizard with a Gun is the thing I'm looking at.
I want a t-shirt with that now. I want a t-shirt with a Wizard with a gun and basically underneath written, I cast gun. I want that. That would be glorious. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and we will see you in the next ones. Until then, toodles.
Bye now.